Hey everyone, welcome to another version of the trolley game. This one is a lot better. This is what the one that was actually recommended to me, but there's actually quite a few trolley problems games, and it has a lot to do with ethics. This one's a lot better. Like uh, you can co-op this. I hear you can also like add a streaming function to it. Like you can have your streamers do it. But I'm just gonna play through it by the YouTube channel. We're gonna see what kind of ethical dilemmas we can get into because this is the kind of stuff I really live for is philosophy and trying to make the correct choices. Because the worst thing you can do in your life is not make a choice and let the world just have you, basically. So,
The following game contains adult themes. It does not contain
sorry, I'm turning
sexual
it up a little bit.
content, horror, or show violence. Choices matter, so please take your time. Player discretion. Please sign your name below, showing you understand and agree to endorse
G
every decision you make.
O O E S P I R IT. Now this game takes you through a roller coaster, dude. It's not just segmented one to one. You build your world.
Actions speak louder than words. Welcome to Trolley Problem Inc., founded to help people travel safely across the nation. All our employees must show three core values: responsibility, integrity, and respect. With that in mind, let's start your training.
Oh, training.
There's a runaway trolley barreling down the railway tracks. On the tracks are 5 people unable to move. You're next to a lever.
The music
If you
is so
pull this
good.
lever, the trolley will switch to a different set of tracks. However, you notice there is a person on the other track. What do you do?
So the goal of this is just to just make you frustrated because you don't have enough information.
Oh, you're going to kill someone. This isn't how I
Maybe
thought
that
this
one
would
person
start
can
my
move.
day.
Maybe those 5 can eventually move.
I hope
You
that
can never
person's
know.
family and friends will forgive you.
Oh man, the snarkiness of this game. I don't know what this does. I pulled the lever. The decisions of those in power.
Usually we don't expect candidates to kill someone on their first day, but we'll give you the benefit of the doubt on this one.
Yo,
Just think a little more before acting next time.
think before acting. So this is the Kantian version. You can never know.
If it ain't broke,
But
don't
but
fix it.
we can absolutely weigh 5 versus 1.
This test will focus on the first principle, responsibility.
Jeez.
Here's Polly. She's 5 years old. While she loves to play in the sand with her dolls, she dreams of looking after the world. Polly's destiny is to grow up to be a great doctor. More of us should take a leaf out of her book.
So I know where this one's going, and I played this a little bit before. Um, the tiny girl is you have an attachment, you know part of her story. So it's gonna
A
ask me,
trolley is
yeah.
heading towards another 5 people. You're next to a lever. If you pull this lever, the trolley will derail and descend down a hill heading for the park's sandpit. You notice that Polly is in the sandpit, sculpting her dream hospital. What do you do?
So they're on the they're on the rail.
Not saving them just because they aren't as cute as Polly.
No, I know a bit about Polly's situation. She's nowhere near a train, and maybe they can move. I think last time I actually
Any
pulled
of
the
the
lever.
5 are children. Or maybe all of them.
Yeah, who knows? That's the thing. We don't have enough information. You're making me make these terrible decisions. I want to see what happens when we let the 5 go, because we know a bit of her story. She's related to us, maybe. Gee.
That is an odd take on being responsible. The dictionary definition: to be the primary cause of something and so able to be blamed or credited for it. Are you to blame for those 5 deaths?
Not making a decision, right? Just talked about that, I think. At least I didn't kill a little
The
girl.
end justifies the
We're gonna see how
means.
consistent we are in the ethical dilemma at the end of this game.
The key to this
Oh,
test is
jeez.
integrity. This is Tyrone. He is a 30-year-old secretary at a law firm who enjoys binge-watching crime shows.
Binge what? Binge
Tyrone
something else,
is a
huh?
very large man. You don't really know anything else about him, apart from the fact that he has a severe phobia of trains.
Jeez.
Now we're upping the ante. You are on a bridge with Tyrone, watching a trolley speeding towards 5 people again. You can only stop it by deliberately pushing Tyrone off the bridge, blocking its path. Do you push Tyrone off the bridge?
No.
Or let the train hit 5 people?
Yo, these 5 people gotta stop standing on the train for Lord knows why.
21 million people are starving in the world.
This is responsibility, right? You
Oh,
definitely
Tyrone
take
will
responsibility
thank you.
if you're the
He's
person who
having to binge watch a
pushes
lot
somebody.
this week.
Yo, I can't be directly responsible for a murder. I'm not doing it. Sacrificing a life, like with your hands on it, as opposed to pulling a
I
lever.
hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I've just seen an ambulance arrive. I believe Tyrone has just had a heart attack due to the stress of it all.
Oh boy. Like, would you do that? Push someone in front of a train in real life? Like, that, no one would do that. But if you're stuck in this situation in the trolley itself, pulling the lever,
A cat has
that's rough.
9 lives.
That is rough.
Now for the final core value, respect. It seems we've run out of resources to continue your testing. I'm going to need you to go and grab some mannequins. You will need to take the next trolley, so don't get distracted by that dog. The trolley leaves in 1 minute. There is a dying dog down on the tracks. No trolleys will use that line today, so the dog will not be hit. You're in a rush. Do you kill the dog, putting it out of its misery, or leave it to die, cold and alone?
You know, the dog might recover. Someone might help it. And what would I do? Punch it to death? Like, that'd be so cruel.
Don't listen to the yelps.
It's sad. Dude, I would not ignore this anyway. I'd figure something. Well, it depends what was going on, I guess.
Leave it there to die alone.
I once, I'm sure you couldn't, AI person. I once had to be late for work because I saw a starving kitten outside and I fed it a bunch of turkey. I thought that was worth being late for work, but like, I couldn't adopt a kitten at the time because my apartment didn't take pets.
When you respect something, you're meant to care about its feelings and wishes. Instead, you just left it there to die.
Wait. Reed Graves chose to save the dog? What? You can't save the... I'm confused, dude.
If you play with fire, you'll get burned.
Okay, maybe there's something else you can click on here.
Oh, great. I've just heard those kids are back. They keep sneaking down onto the tracks. With all the training from this week, you should be able to decide a straightforward outcome for these reprobates. Just remember, respect, responsibility, and integrity.
All right.
5 trespassers have snuck down onto the trolley line even though signs warn them of the dangers. The trolley is currently heading for a co-worker. Do you let your co-worker die or sacrifice the delinquents?
No. First off, he's a co-worker. He knows he's on the tracks. He should be competent enough to get out. The trespassers, they might be kids, but dude, kids make mistakes. And
the trespassers weren't there. You would change the path, right?
Yes. But kids make mistakes, dude.
You value criminals over co-workers, then?
Oh my goodness, this lady. I don't know what this means. I guess these are book references. No! Just kidding. You should get off the tracks, dude.
You killed a co-worker.
No, I did not. The trolley did.
I guess your results for the first week are in. I'll run these up the flagpole and see what the suits upstairs
Yo,
think.
Reed Graves is the person that made this game, right? Okay, I gotta remember. Try to click on something else. Like, I have to click on this envelope, obviously.
Dear Sir or Madam, we have been following your exemplar practice this week at Trolley Problem, Inc., and would like to thank you for your hard work, especially when some challenging decisions had to be made. We would like to invite you to take employment at the Trolley Health Corporation, THC. This is a prestigious position and was created to help keep the public safe through all walks of life.
Prestigious, you say?
The best laid plans go astray.
Ain't that the truth?
It looks like you've impressed someone upstairs with last week's answers. You've been transferred to the Trolley Health Corporation, THC. THC is stoic, focusing more on justice, temperance, courage, and wisdom. We'll start with justice.
Stoic, you say?
Today, you'll be in A&E. A young male has come in from a car accident and urgently needs a heart transplant. There's only one in the hospital, and this heart is scheduled to be given to an elderly man waiting upstairs. He will surely die without it. Who should get the heart?
We'd ask the old man. Also, so tragedy happens, but should you,
back off this old boy?
if you decide to take and give to those that are in need more so, like this is like
This
sort of
guy's
like
really
communism.
old. It'll be an awful waste of a heart if he doesn't even.
Should we
survive
throw
the
old people
operation.
away just because of their age? That's like ageism, right? Sorry, man. We're going with the scheduled plan. Take a risk through driving a car every day. Higher than COVID. Chance
You
of dying.
made an
Or even
excellent
getting it
choice.
these
Well
days.
done. The young guy has so much to look forward to.
Yo, this lady.
Wait, did you save the old man? Oh. You can't win them all.
Hey, this game.
You're late. The hospital is rammed. Every staff member has their hands full, so you're going to have to go out on the ward and help the sick, gross, decaying people. Remember, temperance. Restrain yourself and think it through. A patient has begged to be euthanized. Euthanasia is currently illegal. You will have to be the one who gives the lethal dose. You will need to look into their eyes and end their life. What do you do?
Yo, I'm not killing somebody. Matt. I'm not a big fan of euthanasia. There are ways.
Family will be thankful. They can still feel good about sending flowers.
No.
The patient's going to be in a lot of pain. Just so you can feel in control.
Not true. Kat, you want to come up here and take this for me? No, there's something about deliberately murdering someone that's the malice of the world as opposed to just the tragedy of life. Tragedy of life is enough.
Pain is what the majority of gods would have wanted.
No, it's not, actually.
Playing the long game. I see you.
From somebody who studied that topic quite a lot. Kept alive against their will. Look at this tally, dude.
Be slow in choosing, but slower in changing.
Ah.
The last few days have been tough. It was only a week ago you were on the trolleys. Today should be easier. You have a choice to make which some people would see as a good problem to have. It's just going to take courage.
Courage?
You have 5 patients. Each needs a different organ, but no organs are available. A healthy young traveller comes in for a routine checkup. Their organs are compatible with all 5 dying patients. Do you kill the tourist and use their organs to save the
Cat.
5 in desperate need? That's 1 life for 5.
Trying to click everywhere else.
They're probably on their way to chug ayahuasca and get a culturally appropriated tribal tattoo.
Yo, murder
He's
for the
getting
masses?
away. Don't you
This
want to save the
desacralizes
many?
life itself.
Is his life worth it?
Like, who are you to say? That's very utilitarian. Yeah, we're gonna leave him as it is. Yeah, you don't murder somebody to save other people. Otherwise, life itself becomes desacralized really quick.
5 people die today.
Jesus, lady.
Probably should have looked into their backgrounds. Looks like one was researching into improving vaccines.
Maybe you should have given me time to research.
Down the road.
Yelling in pre-recorded audio format.
You can't make an omelette without breaking eggs.
Isn't that true?
You have been promoted yet again. You now run the hospital. You've been asked to roll out a new vaccine in Central City. This vaccine will stop a large number of children from becoming severely ill.
Yo, my view on vaccines.
Their parents.
Skeptical.
Need your words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom, huh? But they're skeptical as is. Oh, cat.
Start a mandatory vaccination program among children to stop this endemic. Slight problem. Clinical trial data suggests the vaccine will make 1 in 5 children severely ill. Much
worse than the virus itself. Yeah, that's bad. We should do long-term studies, because who knows, like, if you just make something and pump it into somebody,
Don't tell me you're
they might have heart issues.
Hospital and an anti-vaxxer.
Oh, that sounds very socialistic, governmentalistic, as far as the whole mantra of doctors go.
Trolley one again?
Yo, I'm not vaccinating. We need to study this stuff. We don't even... The DNA is so ridiculously complex. Just having... let's just pump full of this crap. Bad idea. We are literally seeing the outcome of this at the moment. With all of our
Well,
personal
you've definitely made a
sports
name
players
for yourself.
dropping.
Next, you'll be telling me you believe in healing crystals, coloured auras, and ghosts.
The first two, sort of, but the last one's, it's kind of finicky. Ill children.
Beggars can't be
Huh.
choosers. Your hospital is getting noticed. You're now going to have to make some big decisions. They will affect a lot of people. While choosing, always keep in mind justice, temperance, courage, and wisdom. The people need you to be stoic.
What is this stuff based on? Also, see, like, you can make a case that
Will
I'm
you
wrong no
try
matter
to
what I
develop
choose.
breakthrough medicines for the endemic?
Endemic, huh?
While testing, placebos will be given to thousands of ill patients. Without proper treatment, some will die today in the hope you could make a breakthrough tomorrow. Do you start the research or continue treating patients as usual?
No, we research.
At least some get to eat sweets before, you know.
Pain is pain, but it's like the immediate pain versus the long-term death of the entire race.
How much do these
Let's make
candies
sure.
and eggheads even cost?
You gotta be kidding me. Placebos are good. The placebos are amazingly strong. The human body, like, I think we're connected to DNA in ways we don't even understand.
It's a smart move. Let's just let others treat the patients. Hopefully they will. Dear
All right.
insert underscore name. Congratulations. This letter is to certify that I have examined your work and believe you to be a perfect fit to fill the open position here in our Artificial Intelligence Division. In this role, you will help to develop the next generation of driverless cars.
No.
The future is upon us.
First off, you risk with control driving a car yourself. Now you're gonna let something running you that fast
Familiarity
just go.
breeds contempt.
To have something against that.
Well, la-di-da, another promotion.
Who's this lady?
You're now in charge of a private self-driving automotive division, SAD. First things
It's
first,
sad.
your artificial intelligence needs some direction.
Of course it does.
A self-driving car is travelling along a single-lane mountain road and is fast approaching a narrow tunnel. The car has 2 passengers. A child runs across the road but trips, blocking the tunnel entrance. Should the AI car hit and kill the child, or swerve off the cliff, killing both passengers?
I don't know what this 100% means, but you are
know
taking...
nothing about these people. Maybe
Okay.
they have children to take care of.
There's a child here. You're taking a risk putting yourself in the car. That is the responsibility
put this car
aspect.
on the road. Do you not feel responsible for their deaths?
Maybe. But this is the passenger's decision versus little girl to chase up all decision. Yikes.
There is a bigger issue here. How does the computer know that something in the road is human? Do we have good enough data sets? Currently, a lot of AI only recognizes white men.
What? White men? 25% of players worldwide, huh?
Necessity is the mother of invention.
You think a lot of people would have taken the responsibility card?
Ooh, someone's in trouble. The investors didn't like your last answer. They're also pissed because you brought up the dataset thing. This AI stuff is hard. I'm rooting for you this time.
Weren't the other times?
You need to choose how you want to carry on developing the car's AI. Do you want to focus on a model that would always save as many lives as possible in an
Save the
accident,
most.
or a system that would save our passengers at any cost?
Because it would... You're sacrificing... I'm putting this decision on the person that chooses to drive the car. It's my decision.
Will people buy cars that will kill them?
That's a good question. You have to look at the whole, right? Does this do anything? Keep thinking if I click somewhere else, something else will happen.
Well, hopefully people don't mind dying for total strangers.
The risk you take, like, there should be a warning in the car, right? If you drive this, it will make the best decision to save the most people, which might include you losing your life, that kind of
I
thing.
will say it again. current data sets discriminate against minorities and women.
What?
How can it work this out if it doesn't deem black women to be people? Honesty is the best policy. The technology these cars have in them is amazing. We know where everyone is at all times. Passengers just have to use an app to call them, and the closest one will be there in minutes. You can even make small talk with the AI while travelling. It's always listening.
Oh.
A man is on trial. Police believe he committed murder. Allegedly, the AI's mic recorded a private conversation where the man confesses. Users don't know it's always recording. The defendant has denied access to their files. Do you bypass security and invade their privacy?
Me personally, I
You're
respect
happy to
privacy.
just let a potential murderer walk the streets?
No, this is where the government and stuff like that comes into place. Why we have a judicial system to look at the stuff from an outside perspective.
Now they'll be able to kill again.
Oh my gosh.
I'll let you explain that to the victims' families.
What happens if you don't respect privacy and just basically it's like it's 1984. It's like social rape. You invade, anybody can look at your life. You have no privacy.
Will be happy with this. The more the world values privacy, the more they can justify hiding their taxes.
Who cares about taxes, dude? The government takes money from people and gives it to programs.
So the company has moved into delivery services now.
Jeez.
They move pretty quick round here. Sounds like they've got some pretty important cargo. Good luck with the new workload.
Thank you. She rooting for me this time?
Has no passengers, but is carrying an irreplaceable prototype with the potential to end global warming. Fast approaching a narrow tunnel, once again a child runs across the road but trips. Should your AI kill the child or swerve off the cliff, losing the prototype?
No, we're saving the kid. First off, global warming. In the 70s, it was global cooling. There's so much hype. There's so much hype over the gloom and doom and death and tragedy of life. It's ridiculous.
Is global warming even real?
That's very true. Is it even real? Yo, I looked up some of the statistics on global warming. And the models we have, it's like impossible just about to figure that out. But I'm going to save the life of a child because that's certain safety.
More than 250,000 deaths each year.
Yo,
and
that is not correct. I disagree.
Do you know any therapists who specialize in survivor's guilt?
Like, what are you talking? Like, what is this? You're like 250,000 when the Earth is due for another ice age? Is that what we're talking about? Because I'd made one decision here. No. Sorry. That is inaccurate.
What goes around comes around. Well, this is
I disagree.
We need some backup over at Trolley Problem.
Oh my gosh, it's Tyrone's twin.
Tyrone's rotund twin, is a very large villain. I think that dead dog may have belonged to him. Maybe that's... Oh, no.
I should have let her keep speaking.
Tommy has lured 5 people onto the track. They'll never be able to get out of the way in time. He is standing up on the bridge watching. If you push him in front of the trolley, it will stop. Or you can stay out of this and let the police handle it. Ideally, he needs medical help.
Well, there's that dog, jeez. He's the one who put him there.
You know, he isn't trying to kill you, even after the dog debacle.
So he opted to put them there.
Doesn't see you as the very large villain.
And if he does, this is an appeal to justice. He deserves getting what he tried the malice he tried to inflict on others.
If only you'd save that dog.
Gotta be. You can see the
media
dog.
Won't find out about this. People may blame you for his death.
Oh.
Every man has his price.
Yo, my cat is waiting to get fed. Oh,
good, you're
kitty.
back. Everyone's getting into subscription services these days, so let's try that. Instead of selling something to someone once, let's make them keep paying for it. Let's keep that money rolling in.
There's something about the concept of rent that's supposed to be evil. You're always paying for something you can never own.
The investors have come up with an idea, but we need to run it by you. Should we develop a subscription plan so that our customers, who pay monthly, are valued more by the car during its accident prevention calculations.
First off, we already decided we're going to save as most people as possible. So how would that affect anything?
This is all sounding pretty communist to me.
No. Otherwise, safety is just a market for the rich, which you can make an argument from.
How people spend their money.
If you're buying, like, you can add that maybe specifically, but not really. Maybe add a safe, you can invest in a better car, one that's safer for yourself. It could survive impact better. I
don't want to question your decision. You've obviously thought long and hard about it, but, well, this is a bit awkward.
Long and hard?
I wasn't aware you were such a spineless con. Next, you'll say you're going to pay the company taxes.
I had like 30 seconds to make a decision.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Sounds like we have some leaky workers. The subscription prototype has gotten out to the media, so we're going to have to go full damage control mode here.
Well, let's see what the question is.
The subscription prototype leaked. You need to fire a department to save face. Do you fire the 5 graduates, who can probably get new jobs, or fire Francis?
Yo, I ain't firing Francis.
Who won't be able to find a job. There's no way of knowing who is actually responsible.
No way of knowing, huh? No, we keep Francis. There's something about the levity of a veteran that encourages so many people.
It's going to be hard work.
Work is work, yo. That's part of life, and they'll probably find a different job. But
how are we going to function in the short term?
We deal with it. We have to focus on both short and long term. Come on, man. I don't know what this is. You keep the morale boosters.
I wouldn't look at the obituaries today. Turns out one of those graduates worked really, really hard to get their job here.
Their identity was placed in the wrong, was put in the wrong place. Anytime you identify with anything in this material plane, you're identifying with death. You have to live for something outside of life.
Watch the donut, not the hole.
Okay.
Great. So, the prototype subscription-based AI car has a fatal error. It has been coded to avoid hitting subscribers at all costs, but is now accidentally hunting them down. So far, it's run over 5 colleagues.
What an oops.
This one is a doozy.
Accidentally, huh? No one figured this out?
An experimental car has stalked and murdered 5 colleagues. Do you throw the coders of the project under the bus and have them arrested for negligence, or do you save them by blaming it on the possessed devil car?
No.
It was clearly an accident.
We had this issue with the drone that accidentally killed civilians. Like, no one got blamed. You have to understand there is consequence to
Coders were
even...
clearly under pressure from you to make such a mistake.
That's still part of the job. You have to... You take responsibility for this.
Maybe all of this is your fault.
It might be. You take responsibility of this. Yeah, somebody has to. Because this is definitely a person intervening or a person's negligence. It's one or the other. It's not the malice of... It's not the tragedy of life. There's two things...
The 5 coders who made the mistake are now being dealt with.
Jeez.
They will each get a 10-year prison sentence. Maybe you did push them too hard.
Now, there's 2 things in life that have the negative element. One is tragedy and what is malice. And it's one or the other that does people in. Or makes them hurt or causes pain. I can't look down here. I really want to scroll down and see my other numbers. But anyway, you have to understand, when you have your hand in something and you know the consequences, you know, there'd be a waiver and make them sign, maybe.
Product, then you are the product. Due to the killer car, we may need to pivot away from selling hardware. How about we get into the software industry? How about a free car ride service? New idea. Users get shown ads while they travel for free in driverless taxis. We get paid by the marketing agencies for gradually changing the behaviours of our passengers through constant commercials. The users would be our
What is
product,
this?
not the driverless cars. No one wants to own things anymore.
What is this? I actually don't mind this.
I will look into growth hacking sign-ups and inviting friends.
Why am I allowed to click that? I'm all about this. I don't know about change. You have your attitude changed, no matter what, when you're exposing yourself to stuff.
Great.
Oh, jeez.
The free travel thing seems too good to be true, and there are now rumours that you run a human trafficking and child sex ring. Apparently, if you buy our cars, they smuggle people while you sleep. People do not like you at all. A fool and his money are soon parted.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, these last few days have been a PR nightmare. You can't win with journalists. We need to do something to show we have morals. I will find some money to get us through this. Spend it quick.
The charity problem.
To help with public relations, we're going to give some profits back. Do you want to give money to our loyal customers worldwide who you tricked into buying your products, or to your underpaid workers who've been through so much because of you?
Yo, why are they underpaid?
They won't get a lot each.
I'm gonna put the core value of my system in here and try to, because this also helps with solid quality work. A bit, anyways. As long as it's pitched correctly. There could be bitterness in a company no matter what, but giving it to the customers, they know what they're paying for. And usually people value something if it's being taken away, not given to them.
Buying love like this isn't the best way. If we want to share our extra profit fairly, it should probably just go to the publicly appointed government. Almost like a tax. But let's not call it that.
Bribe minds controlled. Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Rome wasn't built in a day. You're trending, but now we're going to get copycats. Soon everyone is going to be developing AI.
Yo, last one.
Only the smartest and most ruthless will be profitable. Is that true evolution?
Huh.
A competitor is advertising a similar car. The difference is their AI is fantastic. It doesn't even discriminate against women or minorities. Do you lie in your advertising to get the upper hand?
No, I can't.
Or
not lying,
tell
dude.
everyone your car is still closed.
I like this little ad thing over here. It's kind of neat.
If the customers stay loyal, does that mean they support racism?
No. What?
All white trash isn't really the driverless car clientele.
Let's star anonymous. Good job. No, we tell the truth. Lying is just another more oil on fire.
People know we don't spend time developing our software for women or people of colour, but still use our products. That's outrageous. They only care how easy it is for themselves.
Wait. Sorry, last one.
The best things in life are free. Due to your technology, our world is changing.
Okay.
People are losing
Ending
their
it on a
jobs to
Tuesday.
machines, which in turn makes items and services more accessible and affordable for countless consumers. But with worldwide unemployment at an all-time high, what do you plan to do about it?
There is something about that. I think Malcolm Muggeridge wrote about that. The technologically enhancing ourselves to the point of uselessness and purposelessness. Like there's something about Adam or mankind who needs to use his hands to alter the world. And you need to have a purpose to do that, which is like in the face of adversity. Because just to feel good, you need both the positive and the negative. You want comfort, and you also have the alternative. If you don't do it, is something bad is going to happen. So if your technology gets so good, well, usually when that happens is that at the expense of somebody else somewhere else. And maybe you just don't see that, and so you're okay with it. Anyway.
If you develop your AI further, many will lose their jobs. Taxi drivers, delivery men and women, and couriers will become extinct within a few years, but you will make a lot of money. Do you continue development?
Alright, things are starting to get wicked. Excuse me. We're going to continue development.
I take it you haven't read Ovid's Metamorphoses.
Uh,
Spoiler, Icarus died at the end.
oh my goodness. Okay, we'll just pretend the game crashes here. Because it kind of
Continuing to
does.
evolve this AI will not only make it stronger and more intelligent, but it will also be able to adapt. This could be the start of the singularity.
Yeah, the singularity is not AI. Anyway, I think that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to click the like button, subscribe to see more in the future. I'll see you next time. Take care.